Hello, I am about to replace a York Q674l 1272, 2TH11702224A thermostat with a Honeywell FocusPRO 5000TH5110D 1006. I'm studying the wiring at the moment before touching anything. I've photocopied the circuit diagram from the furnace unit as it was not glued onto any panel. Made scanning easy. Anyhow, I am unsure if this thermostat is compatible with a 2H1C system. I'm assuming I have a 2H system but not really sure. It's definitely a heat pump, but I have two electric heating elements at the furnace which is used when emergency heat is turned on. My main dilemma is figuring out the X, black wire, terminal, as well as whether to use the OB wires together, or only one.
Can you attach a photo or tell me what wire went where? Looking at information you provided, you will need the TH520D.
I'm trying. There's a 5 MB file size limit. My file is 6 MB. I'm working on it. I might have to buy an editor to reduce my file size. What a pain. LOL.
See my reply above. We are going to need the TH5220 for the two-stage heat.
Okay, got it. Would you like a photo of the terminal connections in the furnace? The colors match the terminal ID letters properly. Hence W for white, R for red, etc. Except X is black. Oops, I didn't see your prior reply about needing the TH5220. So you're saying that the TH5110 is not compatible, right?
That is correct. You could use it, but you would lose the electric backup capability.
Okay, thank you. So with the other model, I'd have extra terminals that seem to be missing on my current model, right? In other words, it would make more sense when I see it. I'll research the other thermostat to see if I can find an installation manual to check out the connections.
That is correct. The 5220 will have extra terminals. Here is a link to the manuals.
Hello again. I appreciate your prior assistance, I honestly do. I have since purchased two used TH5220 thermostats and have them in my presence at the moment. Please forgive me for still being a little confused about the correct wiring. My old York thermostat wire colors are W, white, B, blue, G, green, R, red, X, black, O, orange, Y, yellow. My new, used, thermostats have the following terminals. First thermostat equals L, E, O, G, O, B, C, Y, R, RC model 50,003,442-002 base plate, TH5220D 10291117, and the second one is similar. Slightly different, second thermostat equals L, O/E, G, O, B, C, Y, R, RC model ## number 014 base plate, TH5220D 10291104. Where does my X, black, wire go? Do I combine the O, orange, and B, blue, wires and place them both in the OB terminal? Maybe the X wire goes in the O terminal?
White will go to O, blue will go to C, green will go to G, red will go to R with a jumper to RC, black will go to E, orange will go to OB, yellow will go to Y. On the one where O/E is combined, both black and white can go together. Easiest thing to do is to tape off black and push back in wall, then connect white to O and make a little jumper to E from O.
Thank you. I will try this right now. If anything goes awry, I will send you another message. I am optimistic that this will work out well. Thanks again, you've been a great help.
If you have further questions, please let me know. Thanks for letting me work with you. If my answer has been polite, professional, and thorough, please click one of the ratings before you go. If you still need help, let me know. Expert is not paid for assisting you until you rate answer. Feel free to follow up for 30 days at no additional cost. Bonus always appreciated if you feel justified. To rate answer, please select one of the stars on the page.
Far. Just before I'm installing these, I check the settings on the T-stats for the OB changeover valve. Should I set this to be energized during cooling or heating? It's currently set to cooling. I can measure voltage on that terminal at the T-stat while the AC is on to be sure. What voltage should I see there?
Your system reverses in cool mode.
Got it. Thanks.
Let me know that everything works.
Hello again. AC seems to work. Heat also works. But I just switched to emergency heat. It cooled off and never got warm. I'm not really sure if we've ever used the e-heat before, but I do know that I saw 2 electric heating elements in the furnace. I am using the T-stat that has the O/E combined terminal, black and white, wires. Does that kick on if it's below a certain temp outside?
It should kick on elements as long as you have temp set above room temp. The installer may not have them connected in air handler. Sometimes they will not connect because elements draw about 44 amps every time they come on.
Ah, I see. I'll verify that they're connected. We are almost done here. So far I am very pleased with your help. You are awesome.
Just let me know and I will be happy to help all I can.
Yeah, I just looked. It's connected, but what's weird is that both the black and white wires from the T-stat get continued onto the compressor just at the O-heat connection terminals. Internally, they don't connect to any circuitry directly related to the e-heat. It just continues the path onto the compressor. What it does after that to maybe send back a trigger to the e-heat circuitry is a mystery. But I really don't care about e-heat. We've lived in this house for 17 years and never needed it anyway. I'm guessing that it might trigger the e-heat with some temp sensor outside that has to reach below freezing to perhaps turn it on. Regardless, I'm not worried about it. I am now going to install the second T-stat upstairs. This should go even quicker now that I have experience with the first one. These are really weird systems. And I almost considered HVAC as a career choice. It still interests me, but this system is strange.
Here is the deal. White from thermostat is supposed to signal elements in auxiliary mode to work alongside the heat pump as needed. Black from thermostat energizes same elements in emergency heat mode as a standalone source. The wire coming from the outdoor energizes the elements from defrost board when the heat pump goes into defrost to energize the elements to take over while unit defrosts. So all three wires tie together and should be tied to the internal wiring that energizes the elements. As noted, many contractors do not connect in order to make more efficient by preventing the elements from ever coming on. If you have further questions, please let me know. Thanks for letting me work with you. If my answer has been polite, professional, and thorough, please click one of the ratings before you go. If you still need help, let me know. Expert is not paid for assisting you until you rate answer. Feel free to follow up for 30 days at no additional cost. Bonus always appreciated if you feel justified. To rate answer, please select one of the stars on the page.
I've got the upstairs T-stat connected. Just verifying the parameters before turning on. I just noticed that the downstairs unit doesn't seem to shut off the fan. It's set to auto. The indoor temp is 78 and the cooling temp is currently equal, set to 78. I even bumped it up to 79 and the fan didn't turn off.
Fan should shut off at same time or shortly after outdoor. Has outdoor shut down? If so, issue is with the air handler, not thermostat. Y and G are both broke at same time by thermostat.
Outdoor units are off. Just fan is running in the air handler. This happened to me once before when I tried installing an electronic T-stat, also Honeywell, about 5 to 6 years ago. Once I replaced it back with the original T-stat, the fan shut off properly. There's a system test on the T-stat. Option 40, fan system. 0 turns fan off and 1 turns it on. I had to remove the T-stat to turn off the fan before the test. Once I replaced it and went to that test, it was off as it should be. I set it to 1 to energize the fan and it turned on as it should. But once I set it to 0, it did not turn off. Frown.
Run back through setup menu and tell me what you have selected on each function.
Okay. 1. System type equals 5 to 2 heat. 1. Cool heat pump. 2. Changeover valve equals 0. Changeover valve, OB terminal energized in cooling. 6. Second stage heat cycle rate / auxiliary heat, CPH, equals 9. For electric furnaces. 8. Emergency heat cycle rate, CPH, equals 9. For electric emergency heat. 9. Compressor cycle rate, CPH, equals 3. Recommended for most compressors. 12. System setting adjustment equals 1. Auto changeover, heat / cool / auto / off. 14. Temperature display equals 0. Fahrenheit. 15. Compressor protection equals 3. Minutes. Off time. 26. Auxiliary heat control equals 0. Comfort. 27. Heat temperature range stops equals 90. 28. Cool temperature range stops equals 60. I'll go verify the one upstairs. It didn't turn on but did so with the test functions. I might have something set up wrong.
All of those are correct. Fan should not keep running. Is downstairs fan still on now?
No. That's because I took off the T-stat to review the parameters. I'll put it back on.
Let me know.
Wait. I was wrong about that. The fan was on even with the T-stat removed. Beforehand it did turn off if I removed it. Strange.
That is what I suspected. The fan staying has nothing to do with thermostat, you have it wired and set up correctly. Issue is with fan relay and air handler. What is model on air handler? I am happy to assist with troubleshooting that. Really should be another question though. I have gone above and beyond just a simple answer. This would be a good time to rate so that I am compensated for my time.
That's so odd since it worked fine with the old T-stat. Did I just blow up the relay? If so, how? I shut off power before changing each T-stat. I'll give a light tap on the relay.
Could have a sticking relay but thermostat is right?
No problem. I will rate you right now. I have an extremely high respect for you and wouldn't want to do anything to offend you in any way. It was a sticking relay and it now cycles perfectly. I am very happy with your service. Both T-stats are working perfectly. Thanks again, and I will now rate you so that you can get paid. Kind regards, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. You would be surprised how many people will allow me to work with them for hours, even days, then leave without rating. Experts are only paid when we receive the rating. If you have further questions, please let me know. Thanks for letting me work with you. I try to be polite, professional, and thorough. If you still need help, let me know. Expert is not paid for assisting you until you rate answer. Feel free to follow up for 30 days at no additional cost. Bonus always appreciated if you feel justified.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit justanswer.com/YTHI.